Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Nila Madhav Radha, Nila Madhav Radhe. Jaya Nitai, Caitanya Chandra Nitai, Gaura Chandra Gaura Hari. Jaya Radha, Giridhari Radha, Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Giri Raja, Jaya Giri Raja, Jaya Giri Raja, Jaya Giri Raja. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacaka Stotra Sati Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacaka Stotra Sati Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Srila Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीर बनचारी जमुना तीर बनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रहलाद लाददायिने हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षः शिलटंका नखालाये इतो नरसिंहो पर तो नरसिंहो यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो बाहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहमादिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नखां Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Jai Nrsimhadev, 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 Jaya Nrsimhadev. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Radhe Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe Jai Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Vrindavana Dham. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajakacharya Sutotara Satas Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhava Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Giridhari Ki Jai Shri Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai Gaur Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotee Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotee Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotee Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to lotus feet of Sri Guru and Gauranga Hari Hari Bol. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Tamal Krishna Goswami Iti Namine. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This morning we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 4, the characteristic of Rishabdev, text number 4. That's what you have? You have the five, 4, 4. Yeah, yesterday was Nrsimha Chaturdasi. It was nice. But this morning I was watching, in India it's today, so I was watching in Mayapur festival of Nrsimha Dev. So I was still in that mood, so I thought that let me sing Nrsimha prayer. It was very nice. They were showing the Abhishek on mayapur.com. Okay, so first there is a chapter summary. You have the chapter summary, right? Yeah. Someone can read.
In this chapter, Rishabhadev, the son of Maharaj Nabi, begot 100 sons, and during the reign of those sons, the world was very happy in all respects. When Rishabhadev appeared as the son of Maharaj Nabi, he was appreciated by the people as the most exalted and beautiful personality of that age. His poise, influence, strength, enthusiasm, bodily luster, and other transcendental qualities were beyond compare. The word Rishabha refers to the best, or the supreme. Due to the super excellent attributes of the son of Maharaj Nabi, the king named his son Rishabha, or the best. His influence was incomparable. Although there was a scarcity of rain, Rishabhadev did not care for Indra, the king of heaven, who was in charge of supplying rain. Through his own potency, Rishabhadev sumptuously covered Ajanaba with ample rain. Upon receiving Rishabhadev, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as his son, King Nabi began to raise him very carefully. After that, he entrusted the ruling power to him, and, retiring from family life, lived at Badarika Ashrama, completely engaged in the worship of Vasudeva, the Supreme Lord. To follow social customs, Lord Rishabhadev, for a while, became a student in the Gurukula, and after returning, he followed the orders of his guru and accepted a wife named Jayanti, who had been given to him by the king of heaven, Indra. He begot 100 sons in the womb of Jayanti. Of these 100 sons, the eldest was known as Bharata. Since the reign of Maharaj Bharata, this planet has been called Bharatavarsha. Rishabhadev's other sons were headed by Kushavarta, Ilavarta, Brahmavarta, Malaya, Ketu, Vajrasena, Indrasprik, Vidarbha, and Kikata. There were also other sons named Kavi, Havi, Antariksha, Prabudha, Pipalayana, Avirhotra, Jumila, Chamasa, and Karabhajana. Instead of ruling the kingdom, these 9 became mendicant preachers of Krishna consciousness, following the religious precepts of the Bhagavatam. Their characteristics and activities are described in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam during the talks between Vasudeva and Narada at Kurukshetra. To teach the general populace, King Rishabhadev performed many sacrifices and taught his sons how to rule the citizens.
Thank you. So we will go to the verse number 4. This verse is very hard to read. It's quite unusual verse. Prabhu, can you read? Can you give him a microphone?
The recitation?
Yeah.
नाभिस्तु यथाभिलिषितं सुप्रजसात्वम्.
No, you go ahead, you read it.
नाभिस्तु यथाभिलिषितं सुप्रजास्त्वम् अवरुध्यति प्रमोदभार विहिवलो Gadgadasharayagiraswarem grihita Naraklokasadharmam bhagavantam Purna Purushamaya Vilasitamatir Vatsatateti Sanuringha Upallayan Param Nirvittim Upagataha.
Can you read the translation and purport, please?
Due to getting a perfect son according to his desire, King Nabi was always overwhelmed with transcendental bliss and was very affectionate to his son. It was with ecstasy and a faltering voice that he addressed him, "My dear son, my darling." This mentality was brought about by Yoga Maya, whereby he accepted the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Father, as his own son. Out of his supreme goodwill, the Lord became his son and dealt with everyone as if he were an ordinary human being. Thus King Nabi began to raise his transcendental son with great affection, and he was overwhelmed with transcendental bliss, joy, and devotion.
Go ahead, you can. Oh.
The word Maya is used in the sense of illusion. Considering the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be his own son, Maharaj Nabi was certainly an illusion, but this was transcendental illusion. This illusion is required. Otherwise, how can one accept the Supreme Father as his own son? The Supreme Lord appears as the son of one of his devotees, just as Lord Krishna appeared as the son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. These devotees could never think of their son as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for such appreciation would hamper their relationship of parental love.
Thank you. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhesya Kripa Sindhu Vayaeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So this particular chapter is describing the characteristic of Rishabhadev, who is the personality of Godhead himself. Because King Nabi, when he performed the sacrifice, he had a desire to have a son-like Supreme Personality of Godhead. But who could be like Supreme Personality of Godhead? No one. So the Lord himself came as his son. And in this particular verse is describing that how King Nabi was very attached to his son. So it says that this mentality was brought about by Yoga Maya. Right? So Nayanamita Prabhu, you write down the subject matter or the Kalakan Prabhu? Yeah. Because the devotee of the Lords are called Daksha, right? Daksha means expert. So you can see that how Kalakan Prabhu give this, that whoever give a class today, they have to talk about, is there an illusion in the spiritual world? So it's a nice subject matter, right? Because we are all here in this material world, we are illusion, right? Who is here not illusion? Huh? What's he say? Who is not here? Yeah, we are all illusion, right? And why we are illusion? Because we are under the jurisdiction of Maya. Right? So when we are in Maya, we are in illusion. So when we go back to Godhead, in the spiritual world, is Maya there? Yeah, the question is that Maya is there also. So the people or the devotees there also is an illusion. Is the illusion like we have it here? What is the difference? You said no. No, but what is the difference in illusion?
one's transcendental and the other you're just like confused.
Yeah, but what is the example of it? How is it different illusion?
In the spiritual world, they're all still devotees, but they're under illusion. Like Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj are under illusion because they wouldn't be able to accept God as their son and treat him like a little boy. They treat him like God, and he doesn't want that.
Yeah, very nice. So, yes, the illusion is there, but illusion is not a bodily illusion, right? Illusion is for attachment to Krishna. So they consider Krishna as their son, or they consider Krishna as their grandson, or they consider Krishna as friend, or they consider Krishna as a master. But it is not on the bodily level. It is for love and devotion. And we have so many examples of that. I don't know about any other planets. This other spiritual planet also has that. We are talking about spiritual planets. Other spiritual planet also you see the illusion. Sarang Thakur Prabhu? Lord Ramchandra's parent has the similar kind of, yeah, but yes, but they also had some idea that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is that says in Ramayana?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I don't think I had read or heard anywhere they said that they knew that Lord Ramchandra was the Supreme Personality. That's my realization.
Okay. I don't know either.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking you.
I mean, if that was the case, then they would not be able to enjoy the Leela avatar, you know. Oh, Yog Maya was controlling it, so.
Yes. Yes. Prabhu, you have read anywhere that other incarnation, like Nrsimha Dev came, right? Yesterday was Nrsimha Chaturdasi. Lord Nrsimha Dev came, and everybody can see he is the Supreme Lord. There was no question about him. Hey, Prabhu, Haribol, Gaura Hari Prabhu, give it to Prabhuji. Have you read anywhere?
So Prabhu, I know that in all the planets this is existing, and then scripture gives the evidence that because 5 kind of relationship we have, within those relationship also there are 2 categories are there, like Gaurava and Aishwarya. So like Devaki ji, they are in Mathura. So the relationship there is like mixed devotion. I mean, mixed devotion does not mean that Karma Mishra Bhakti, but in the devotion also there they have 2 categories.
Sometimes they forget.
Yeah, sometimes they forget. For example, after 11 years, Krishna was meeting Devaki ji. Devaki ji wanted to hug Krishna, but immediately hands came at the back. This is Supreme Lord. So they have mixed feeling, but at the same time, if they knew that he is Supreme Lord, then why to protect?
Yeah.
So they have both kind of things. Sometimes they get illusion, sometimes they realize no, he is Supreme Lord. Like after 11 years, she could not hug.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, even when he appeared in the prison house, he appeared as a 4-handed form, and they saw him.
Yes.
And still, Mother Devaki right away thought about it, oh, Kamsa will come and Kamsa will try to kill him.
Yes.
So, what you are saying is, that's what I'm repeating, that how it's just in a fraction of a second.
Correct.
She already started thinking about, oh, no, Kamsa will come, my brother, cruel brother will come and kill him. So we can see that how their Yogamaya is affecting them. But is there any other incarnation has this mixed bhava, or there is any proof of it? Just like we talk about it, Nrsimha Dev, who was always no question about that he is the Supreme Lord. Yes, Prabhuji. Wait.
Page. The topic today for the class is, can illusion be spiritual? It's
Yes.
not talking about the spiritual world. Is
No,
that right?
I am talking about it.
Okay. Thank you.
I am just wondering that is there anywhere else also we have this. Yeah. Because I am just wondering that is there any other incarnation has that Leela also where I'm sure that even Mahaprabhu's pastime there may be some, but I was keep thinking that is there any example of even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime? I mean, many times it described that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother cook and she would offer it to the deity, and after some time she go back and there's nothing left. And she is thinking, what happened? And Mahaprabhu said, every time my mother cook and offer it, I go and take prasadam. But she would be thinking, what happened? Maybe I forgot to put it on the plate? Or maybe some animal came and ate it, or what happened? So she would make another tray and go and offer it again. So we can see some leela like that. Because we as a devotee is a leela smaran, right? So how can we remember the different pastimes?
So in that example, you are talking about the food being offered, and a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will eat it, and the mother will think that, oh, whether I forgot to. That to me is a spiritual. And from our material eyes point of view, we might think that that's an illusion, right? Because how can that happen? But that's the illusion that we have.
Yeah, that is true, but by Yogamaya potency, it sounds real. Just like in Krishna's pastime, there are so many Mother Yashoda's pastime and, all his friends, just like Kaliya Leela, right? Krishna was being in the coil of Kaliya and all the Brajabasis and they all become, Mother Yashoda saw and fainted and, it appeared to be they are in illusion. Of course it's not a material illusion, but yes, it is a spiritual illusion. Prabhu, can you bring here, please?
Vamandev. So when Vamandev appeared, Kuvera gifted him the empty vessel. See the illusion?
To beg.
Yeah, to beg.
Yeah.
I mean, you are giving the empty vessel to beg to the,
Supreme Lord.
the husband of the, fortune, right? So that's illusion to the Kuvera. Although they know that it was announced that he will come as the son, like Lord himself come. But still he has given that, Kuvera, he has so much. But rather than giving, he say, hey, bhai, take empty vessel and now beg.
Yeah.
So this is one of. So I feel that all the incarnation, they have the planets there.
Yes.
In Vaikuntha.
Mhm.
So just to facilitate, to increase the pastime, the relish the pastime, they do like this, like Kuvera is.
To increase the devotion
Yeah,
of the
devotion.
of the devotees.
Yes.
Yeah. Very nice. You have something?
About the topic illusion. So in
Can you keep it closer?
the Sivram Swami's book, Krishna Sangati, in there Maharaj is describing that, Yogamaya, Krishna also let Yogamaya cover himself. So, make the pastimes very relishable.
Which pastime is that? We see it very apparent.
I mean, yeah, I think quite a few like that, right?
Damodar Leela.
Damodar Leela, yeah.
Very apparent.
Yeah.
Mother Yashoda's stick, Krishna is afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other pastime? Yes.
I was thinking the pastime pretty similar to the one that you were mentioning about Mother Yashoda was when that Brahmana came and he was visiting Lord Chaitanya's home and he decided to cook for the deities. And then he was being very careful and meticulous and he took like 2 hours to cook and then he made the offering and then Nimai came and then grabbed some of the food before it was offered and he was like totally distressed because he was like, this rascal boy has ruined the offering. So he had to make it again. And then Nimai came in and ruined it again. And then he was like just very distressed, and it was already like 2 a.m. in the morning. And so he was like, okay, I'm going to do it anyway. So then he made the offering again and then offered it. And then Nimai came in again and stepped in the offering and like threw it everywhere and stuff. And then the Brahmana was just like in total distress. He was like totally just like discouraged. And then Lord Chaitanya revealed himself that, I'm actually the Supreme Lord. And then the Brahmana went into ecstasy and he's like rolling around and anyway, really nice pastime.
Beautiful pastime, yeah. That is true. Yes, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Very interesting topic. So, Prabhu...
Leave it closer, please.
Yeah. So
some of us are in our 60s,
yes,
approaching 70s.
So, Krishna is always fulfilling the desires of the devotees and everyone actually, not just the devotees, in their own way. But then the only way he can fulfill the desires of everyone is through illusion. Because materialistic people wants to see something different than the devotees. They cannot always, even though they know the position of Krishna, they cannot see him as he is. So he has no choice but to be in the service of everyone else. So in that sense, he is the supreme servitor. A servitor or like, the one who serves everybody in their own, in whatever desire they want.
So everyone is working under the everybody is working under the direction of Maya, right? Krishna's energy. Yeah. I think I'm in this material world because it's Krishna's fault. Oh, okay. So I'm just messing with you. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, in Narsingadev pastime also, there is a illusion happened that when Narsingadev was killing Hiranyakashipu, he was playing with him. So he was holding in and releasing it. So during that, all the demigods were saying, oh, Bhagwanji, please do not play with him. He's very dangerous.
Yeah.
So they are like illusion. They are saying to the Lord, although they know Lord is there, but they get illusion.
That's
so
true.
Lord do just to increase the pastime ecstasy.
Yeah. Very nice. Yes.
I was just thinking similarly in that pastime, Maya is working also, but in a different way for Hiranyakashipu, because as he's getting released, he's thinking, okay, I have the upper hand now. This guy's not so strong. I can defeat him. So he's in complete illusion that he thinks he can defeat the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing with Hiranyaksha also. He was fighting with the boar, and he thinks he's winning the fight. Sometime, because the Lord also play with demon. Can you? No. You can speak loud, but we can't hear. We told you, remember? You are young man, I am in 60s.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Now I'm going to ask you, describe the Brahma Mohan Leela. That is the very famous and most illusionary pastime.
Yeah, Brahma Vimohan Leela, right? We have it right there, the second picture. And the third picture is Govardhan Leela, Indra become illusion, Brahma become illusion, right? Kamsa is always illusion, even though there was a forecasted that Krishna will kill him, but he was illusion. He was always thinking that somehow this demon is going to kill Krishna, this demon my friend, this demon my friend, this demon, they're going to kill Krishna. It was always illusion, and it was so much illusion that he would sometimes say his own wife is wearing some sari and he thinks of Krishna's peacock feather. And he would just afraid, he thinks that Krishna has come to kill him. Jai Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhav Radha Giridhari Giriraj Govardhan Gonitai Ki Jai. Yeah, so there are so many beautiful pastimes. Right, we can, in name of illusion, we can have some transcendental illusion pastimes. Anything else anyone has? Haribol. Yes, Prabhu. You were trying to say something, Prabhu? Yeah. Yes.
So what is the answer to this question?
What is the question?
The question is, can spiritual pastime be illusionary?
No, tell me the question.
That's what the topic is, I think, isn't it?
What is the topic, Prabhuji?
I have to look it up, exact wording.
Can illusion be spiritual?
Yeah, can illusion be spiritual?
Yes. Illusion could be spiritual in the spiritual world and in the material world also, right? Because there are devotees who get illusion, right? I mean, sometimes illusion also means sometimes we don't know, we try something, but it's a lila. Srila Prabhupada, whole life he tried to do some business where he can make a lot of money and then he can use that money in Krishna's service, but he wasn't successful. So one may say, well, Prabhupada was in Maya, Yes, Prabhupada was influenced by Maya, but it's not an ordinary Maya. He was influenced by the spiritual illusion. So, yes. Anyone else like to add something? You like to add something, Prabhu?
Spiritual means anything related to Krishna, right, Prabhu? So that's spiritual.
Spiritual means anything related to Krishna.
Yeah, because when we are dealing with Krishna, we are dealing with our pure spirit. So it's spirit to spirit, Atma to Paramatma. So in that relationship we are interacting, so that becomes spiritual.
Yeah. That's, true, but in our conditioned state, for example, we are serving the deities.
Yeah, but still our consciousness.
Yeah, our consciousness is not there. So in one sense, we are doing devotional activities,
yeah,
but our mind could be somewhere else. So our consciousness could be. Yeah. So we may be under the influence of Mahamaya.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. But practice, we keep practicing it, and one day we can, by Krishna and Guru's mercy, devotee's mercy, we'll be able to concentrate on. Yeah. Anything else? Yes, Prabhu.
I was thinking about that pastime we heard previously about Vidura and Duryodhana when Duryodhana insults him and then he decides to leave home and go on pilgrimage. And Prabhupada says in the purport there that actually both the spiritual energy and the material energy were working side by side simultaneously. Where for Duryodhana he was under Mahamaya, and in illusion he got angered and committed the offense against his uncle. But then Vidura, being so much more pure in his intentions, and he was a devotee, so he actually saw the situation as Krishna telling him, okay, time to go on pilgrimage and do what you need to do to facilitate my pastimes playing out.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Prabhu?
One more situation of illusion is when Meghnath,
Ravana.
Yeah, so when Meghnad, made Lakshmana fainted, and that time Lord Ram was crying, and he was telling Hanuman, Hanuman, can you save my Lakshmana?
Brother, yeah.
So Muhyanti Yas Surya, and they were bewildered. Hanumanji was singing, by your name I was able to cross.
Yeah.
And you are saying, can I save Supreme Personality? So that, bewildering situation.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was bewildering, right? Lord Ram was going in the forest and Sita, where is he? Where are you? It'll sound like ordinary person who is crying for his wife. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Another pastime I was just thinking is that, when like Duryodhana offered Krishna when he went as a Santi Dut, big feast, and he rejected it and he went to Vidura's house. And Vidura's wife was feeding him banana, and she was giving him a pill and throwing away the banana. And Krishna was eating banana peel. When Vidura came, Vidura looked at it and Vidura asked, what is this? He got mad with his wife, you are not. And she said, I'm sorry, I was just so overwhelmed that Supreme Lord is here, Krishna is here, so I didn't even think about it. I was just giving him banana peel. Then he was asking Krishna, my Lord, why did you accept it? He said she was giving with so much devotion that I didn't even think what she was giving. So I ate pill. So we can see that how, for pastime purposes, how the Lord is, interacting with his devotees. Such a beautiful, right? So today also, there are many, many personalities. Madhavendra Puri's appearance day. Sri Parmeswar Thakur's disappearance day. Radharaman Dev's appearance day, and Srinivas Acharya's appearance day. We get 15 minutes. It is. Anyway, Madhavendra Puri, everybody knows about Madhavendra Puri. He was a spiritual master of Ishvara Puri, who was a spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it says that from Madhavendra Puri, this Gaudiya philosophy actually started in the Madhurya understanding. So Madhavendra Puri was, he was visiting Vrindavan. He had and he was not begging anything, he was hungry, but he was just sitting and chanting Lord's name. And one boy came and he said, my mother sent this milk. He said, nobody in this town go hungry. So he just gave him some milk. And he said, I'll come and I'll take this pot back. So he left. And Madhavendra Puri was awestruck by the beauty of this boy, but the boy left. And when he took a drink of milk, he was really in ecstasy. And then when he fell asleep, the same boy came and he says that, I'm Krishna. He understood that it was Krishna who gave. And he said, I'm Krishna, and when the Muslim came, my pujari, he just put me in here. So bring me out of this place. And Madhavendra Puri told all the Brajabasi what he has seen, and then they excavate that deity. And that deity is today also. Anyway, he installed the deity at Govardhan, and all the villages and everybody was coming, and for days and days and days they had a nice puja and feast. And that deity is now in Nath Dwar, Srinathji. Anyone has seen that deity? You didn't go to Nath Dwar yet? You did. Anyone else? It's beautiful deity, and thousands of people stand in line. It just hard to. They are just pushing you. And there are just some people who just stand there. They are the pujaris, They would also just say move, 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 move. They call japatiya. They just hit you with the with the like cloth, say move, 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 move. But anyway, I was able to visit there by Kuvera Prabhu's mercy. Me and Kuvera went there. It's beautiful deity. So anyway, that deity says that I'm too hot. I need some chandan on my body. So he went there to get the chandan. When he reached Ramuna, he saw the deity, Gopinath. It's very beautiful deity. And he heard that they offered very nice kheer, milk sweet. And it's very nice. So he thought about it, if I can get the taste of it, then at least I can make for my Gopal. And that's the time they were bringing the kheer and offering to the Gopal. And then he thought that, this is not nice. The Lord hasn't even taken it and I'm thinking about tasting it. It is not proper. So he just went in a marketplace, he just sat down there and he started chanting. And the pujari went to bed after offering, at night we offer the kheer and we don't take it until morning, here also. So pujari was awakened by the deity and he says that, I have kept the kheer there, give it to my devotee Madhavendra Puri. And he woke up and he says, how is that possible? He went there and sure enough, one of the pot the Lord hid for this Madhavendra Puri. So he went to the marketplace, is Madhavendra Puri here? Who is Madhavendra Puri? And said, I am Madhavendra Puri. What happened? He said, well, you are very fortunate. The Lord stole this or kept this for you. And he ordered me to give it to you. So here it is. So he gave it. And from that day onwards, the deity is called Khirchor Gopinath. And in Toronto, we have a deity, Radha Khirchor Gopinath. In our Iskcon temple also has a Khirchora Gopinath. So that is Madhavendra Puri. Anyway, there is many pastimes of Madhavendra Puri. Same thing happened. He got the chandan. He was coming back and he had a dream again, where his Gopal told him, give this chandan to Gopinath, and it will be same. Me and Gopinath is not different. Then he gave the chandan to the same Gopinath deity. So that Madhavendra Puri's pastime. Then Parmeshwar Puri, he was in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, he was Nityananda Prabhu's associate. And in Braj Leela, he was one of the 12 associates of Nityananda Prabhu. And there's one small pastime that when they were all get together and doing kirtan, some person was envious and he just took the dead fox and throw it where they were doing kirtan. And there were few of those devotees were dancing, in the middle of it, they throw this dead fox. And when Parmeshwar saw this thing, he just make this fox alive by his potency. And that fox ran away, and that person also afraid, and he also ran away, that this is a very special person. So that's pastime of. And Radha Ramanji deity in Vrindavan, I'm sure everybody who visited Vrindavan must have seen. Who has not seen Radha Ramanji? You have not seen, Prabhu? You haven't visited Vrindavan? Oh, you have not seen the deity. Please do visit. Very beautiful deity. Yeah, you have visited, Prabhu? Briefly, yeah. It's very nice deity. It's only about 12 inches tall. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a direct disciple we call Six Goswami. We have a picture here at Govardhan altar. The Six Goswami, one of the Goswami is a Gopala Bhatta Goswami. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami, when he was a little boy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visiting in South India. He stayed at Sri Rangam, Rangakshetra for monsoon season for 4 months. And there he met Venkata Bhatta. And Venkata Bhatta's son was this Gopal. He was a small boy, but Mahaprabhu every day would give him some Mahaprasad to him. So he was very fortunate. Anyway, Mahaprabhu, when he was ready to leave, this boy also wants to go with him. And Mahaprabhu said, no, you stay here and also you take care of your parents. When your parents leave, then you go to Vrindavan. So after his parents' departure, he went to Vrindavan, and he told also, Mahaprabhu also told Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami that this Gopal will come, you take care of him. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami went there, and Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami gave him a shelter. So one time he was visiting in Nepal, Gandaki river. And when he was visiting there, he had one pot with him. Usually those mendicants, they have just one pot. And they will bake something to eat, and whatever they give in the pot, they would just eat it. And if sometime, they give some rice, and they give some milk, they put milk and rice together, or they put it doesn't matter, they are indifferent to the food. And I don't know whether you guys know or not, but Hanuman Prashak Maharaj used to travel with one of those things. And I have seen for years and years, he would just sit with us, and he has just one of those pot, and whatever we serve him, he said, put it in there. And he would just eat out of it, whatever it is. He wasn't having a separate plate with the separate, section or anything. He's pretty renounced. So he had this pot, and he went in a Gandaki river, and he was taking some river, and some water, and when he just pulled it out, there was some Shaligram Shila in there. Now that's the river where you see the many Shaligram Shila. Shaligram Shila is a special marking of a stone which has a different deities or different incarnations marking on it. Like Nrsingadev, you will see Nrsingadev's face mark on it. So this Shila is available only in that Gandaki river, even today also. So there he found those Shilas, so he thought that, he just put it back in the water again, and again he was trying to take some water, and again the Shila jumped in. Again he put it back, and the third time he did it, Shila jumped in again. So he thought that this is what the desire of the Lord, and there are 12 of them. So he brought those 12 Shila to Vrindavan, and he was worshipping those Shila every day. Shila in Sanskrit means a stone, basically. So it's you can say piece of stone, but it's a religious significance. So when one very wealthy man came, and he was giving some gifts to all the devotees in Vrindavan, he gave some gift to him, some deity clothing. And he was thinking, he said, I can't use this deity clothing because I have a Shila. And when you have a Shila, it's not a deity where you can put the garment on or anything. So he was thinking, and like that he slept at night. And next morning when he woke up, he saw that one of the Shila turned into the deity, Krishna deity, about 12 inches tall. And it is very beautiful, and he was so happy, and he told that to Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, and they went there and they looked at the form of Krishna, and they were also very, very happy. And this Radha Ramanji deity, even you go home and look at on the computer, put Radha Raman Vrindavan, and you will see the deity, and you try to blow it up, you can see he has a nail. He also has a teeth. You can see the teeth. It's such a beautiful deity. You can see here. Such a beautiful deity. And Srila Prabhupada also told his devotees that you should go, and anyway, it's one of the 7 temples of Vrindavan. These are the prominent temples of Vrindavan. So this deity is very good, and at the behind of Krishna, they still have the Shila mark, so because it appeared from Shila. So still the Shila shape is there in the back of Ramanji's deity. So this is very nice deity. Here in the white, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth picture is, okay, here. That's fine. Yeah. He has a nail, he also has a small teeth. Can you see the teeth? Yeah. Anyway, this deity is amazing. When you go there and see when it is too hot, they put him just a small gamcha. That's all he wears, and then they have a little sprinkle, and they have a fan. So when you go there, all the devotee also get little sprinkle of water in the hot season. They have the fan going, and the deities also. And that deity, like we cook in the kitchen and we bring the bhoga to offer to the deity. There they cook and they have a dining room. They go there and they eat there everything. The whole pot is given to him. Not like in a small plate they take it out. Out of this, the whole pot is offered to him. Everything is Mahaprasad. So it's very, very special. And it described that, Srila Prabhupada also used to, before even he came to the West, he used to visit, when he was in Vrindavan, he used to visit every day to these 7 temples. It's difficult. But you can see his teeth. Yeah. And they are very favorable to Iskcon as a... one of the person is in charge who came here, visited our temple, maybe, anyone remember how long ago? Maybe 15-20 years ago. He visited our temple here also. He gave a class and he said many pastimes about Radha Ramanji. Yeah, very special deity. And also Gopal Bhatta Goswami's Samadhi is also there, right there in the temple. So when we visit Vrindavan, we should visit and see the deity also, and see the Samadhi of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And then we also have a Srinivasacharya, who we know that they were Srinivasacharya, Narottam Das Thakur and Shyamananda Pandit. They were the 3 original book distributor, right? They were they were learning from Jiva Goswami, and then many books, they put the books on the cart and they went from Vrindavan to Bengal, Orissa, Assam, everywhere they preach in those areas. So he was also a very special person. Anything anyone would like to add? We got a minute left, so I just want to finish. Anything? Yes. Can you give him a...
Krishna says he's the 4th stage of consciousness, that there's sleep, deep sleep, and wakefulness. Could you explain the 4th stage of consciousness, where Krishna says he is the 4th stage of consciousness?
He is the 4th stage of consciousness. Can one of you, Here, give it to Gaura Hari Prabhu. Jai Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhav Radha Giridhari Giriraj Govardhan Gaur Nitai Ki Jai.
Well, my understanding is there's something called the Chaturvyuha. Krishna expands into 4 forms for pastimes. So he expands into that Chaturvyuha in the spiritual world, but then also in the material world there's a Chaturvyuha also. And each of those deities are kind of governing the different aspects of consciousness. So Vasudeva would be the presiding deity of pure consciousness. And then there's Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, who govern over false ego, intelligence, and the mind, respectively. So that would be for the Turiya stage, that would be Vasudeva. He's pure consciousness. So when one comes to that state, he's beyond these 3 stages of wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep that we see in the material energy. So when one's out of the material modes of nature, then he'd be on that Turiya stage, the 4th stage, beyond the modes. But essentially Krishna is the source of all those different, in one sense, but Sir.
Thank you very much. You can, prasadam time, you can sit with him, he can explain to you better. It's beyond my pay grade. Hare Krishna. Jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol.